Hi everyone, it is a privilege to present to you today for the Mahindra and Mohammad Company, the legacy and the leadership and innovation, how it's changed from a steel trading company to global conglomerate. We begin with the story of a transformation in 1945. This company began as a Mahindra and Mohammad with the collaboration of three people, J.C. Mahindra, K.C. Mahindra, and Malik Gulam Mohamad as a steel trading enterprise. Through the partition, through the decades, it evolved and changed to Mahindra and Mahindra. From leveraging World War II expertise to import village cheap and assemble it in India, to the pivotal moment in 1991, a productivity standoff at the Kendavli plant resulted in 150% of efficiency gain. This company has been defined by reside. But today we find a new frontier as our project titled Electrifying the Empire, the strategic roadmap for Mahindra and Mahindra UK's relaunch in a 24-month to gain a 1% of the market share. That is our initial goal. As I am Rajat Deep Singh, going to present to you my consultancy report on Mahindra and Mahindra in this presentation. There is no doubt that we are moving from rural dominance to urban luxury. But the main question arises that how we gonna achieve agricultural excellence to urban electrification, how we gonna establish premium tech brand perception and achieve profitable market share by 2027, and how we gonna capture 1% of electric SUV segment within a 24 month. That's our target. All this gonna happen because with the help of our resilience issue tree that we're gonna present you in a further slide. First, we look at the new demographic domestically, targeting Gen Z having BE lifestyle branding, born electric branding. We rejected this because of having saturated domestic market by Tata and Hyundai. Secondly, we focus on new product domestically, specifically having hydrogen tractors. We rejected this because of infrastructure simply isn't there yet, not available. So we can't have any other option. So we come to the last option, that is new market international expansion. Specifically, the United Kingdom is the right option, all because of having FTA approval guideline because of the recent trade agreement, and because of having a design assets established in a UK in Banbury known as MADE, Mahindra Automobile Design Europe Company. So that might be one of the best reason that why we choose new market, and especially in the international sector. Why the UK and why now? Our pastel analysis reveals a perfect storm of opportunity. Politically, the UK zero emission vehicles mandate require 22% of new sales to be zero emission right now. Plus, the India UK free trade agreement discussion promise reduce import tariff. Another reason for the economic stabilizing inflation allow us to hit premium mass price point of 25k to 30k, undercutting Tesla while offering more value than budget Chinese rivals like MG or other vehicles. Technological perspective, that the market is hungry for a fast charging. Our Inglo platform India Global offers a 20 to 80% of charge in just 20 minutes, and having a great deal with the Volkswagen partnership. And even for our social perspective, we're gonna talk about rising eco-conscious urban professional in London, Manchester, and Edinburgh as ultra low emissions on compliant vehicle to a daily commuting. The convergence of regulatory support, economic stabilization, technological readiness, and creates us optimal entry window for a Mahindra premium electric SUV portfolio. There's a no doubt it's the right opportunity to enter it in the UK. However, entering a mature market might be a dangerous. Brand perception is our biggest hurdle. In the UK, we are often viewed as a agriculture or a budget focused. So how do we win? Our Rio analysis uncover our greatest asset, known as the Mahindra Advanced Design Europe Made Studio in Banbury. This is our ace. Is it valuable? Of course, it allows for localized design that suit British taste, moving away from utilitarian aesthetics. And is it rare? Yes, very few Indian OEMs have dedicated high-end design center on a UK soil. Is it inimitable? Of course, competitor like Tata cannot instantly replicate design in the UK heritage narrative. Is it organized? M&M has committed 37,000 of crore, especially for the financial year of 25 and 27, which might be a great opportunity having EV expansion in the UK. And that's the biggest change. For the strategic positioning, we must focus on having British design and electrical engineering. That's two combination which might be change, might be differentiate core brand to overcome perception barrier and establish premium positioning. That's our motto, how we're gonna achieve our strategy with the help of Made Studio. Designing heritage through a Pininfarina and Made Studio, born electric product architecture and a retrofitted petrol system, or competitive pricing between premium and budget segment, establishment of manufacturing capabilities and supply chain. All these factors might be a become strength for having internal might be helpful for us, and that's the reason that how they're gonna achieve their goal within a 24-month of period. And and the weakness that might be we have to work on, that is brand perception as the agricultural or the budget focused in a UK market, and a lack of physical dealer network infrastructure, limited brand awareness amongst the UK consumer, no established after sales service presence. These all factors might be a biggest weaknesses affect the opportunities and might be strength. And but still we have to focus on having how we're gonna favor these external factors. And on the other hand, the opportunity that we might be get, that is UK EV market, and by the growth of reaching 25% of market share, gap to affordable yet stylish SUV between 25k to 30k range, government incentives and mandate creating a demand might be one of the reason. And the most important opportunity that we will get, that is India UK free trade agreement negotiation favoring reduced tariff, and because of what the pricing really might be decreased. And for the threat that we are getting as Maruti Suzuki become first mover might be have the biggest advantage for their Evitara, and the Chinese rivals like BYD or the MG with the aggressive price range might be a biggest competitor. So we have to make sure how we're gonna fight with our competitors. And establishment of the premium brand, expanding EV market, and all these are the potential delay in FTA negotiation. All these are the threat that we have to work on so that it might be become favorable for us. And our strategy is a diversification through a market development. As our vehicle, we launch PE6E and XEV9E electric SUV. Especially, we're going to establish it in a 18 to 24 months. And our positioning, that SUV designed in a Banbury and built for the world. And the our audience or the people might be the practical tech adapters, especially urban families live in London or Manchester wanting EV technology without the Tesla price tag. And the the strategy avoid direct competition. And here we come to the conclusion that the strategy that avoid direct competition in a saturated domestic segment and leverage our existing EV capabilities. We are not selling a cheap car, we are selling a smart British designed choice that might be beneficiary for the people, or the might be beneficiary for the audience, to having British design with the Indian engineering. That might be a perfect combination for. So here are our roadmap from the foundation to phase two setup, then pre-launch, then end product at the launch. So each one have the difference period of a 6 month. So our initial 6 month are the period of homologation and the UK safety testing and having regulation. And with the same time we are focused on having PR campaign, spotlight, Banbury and Made Studio, or the campaign thing we're gonna happen doing with the regulation and safety testing. Build a local credibility through a British design heritage. That's our narrative, so that we gonna, that's our target that we're gonna achieve in our first period. So here are how we started with our phase one of foundation, as which is started on 2nd of Feb 2026. and that time we're going to focus on the things that we already discussed. Our next phase is on that is setup, month 7 to 12, and that we're going to establish that in a Monday 31st, and um, that how we're gonna achieve it. And this is a crucial, and we will avoid high real estate capex. Instead of, we will negotiate with the established UK dealers group like Arnold Clark. We establish our battery logistic and part supply chain, and now to ensure reliability later all the management we're gonna do it between phase 2. And for the phase 3 we are focused on pre-launch, and month 13 to 18 we have to focus on how we're gonna achieve our pre-orders from London and Manchester's. So for our phase 3, that is a Monday 29 2027. So we in a March we open our pre-order for a London and Manchester. We get the car into the hand of Top Gears and the auto cars. We need those early review and the validate our qualities. So main focus is toward check of quality testing and validation. So here we come to our the last part. So here we come to our final phase of launch. So which we will going to start on 12/07/2027. So here how we gonna establish it officially. We focus on having official sales commence with the BE6E and XEV9E deliveries begin, and we activate our after sales service network. All these kind of stuff we have to make it ready so that we can focus on uh, customer demands. And even for our Gantt chart, these the data that I provided, especially for my Gantt chart, details every step from securing part supply agreement by March 2027 to full activation of the after sales network by June 2028. All these stuff I'll just presented you in terms of Gantt chart. There is no doubt that how I acted as a consultant for M&M, how I evaluate global expansion, how I did the market research on FTA and the growth data, all these for our action plan, feelings, evaluation, analysis, and come to conclusion where we conclude that I want to share a brief reflection on the consultancy process using GIB reflective cycles. Initially, I was overwhelmed by the dominance of Tesla and MG in the UK. However, the turning point was discovering the Made Studio in a Banbury, and I realized that the consultancy isn't just about data; it is about narrative. Theory tell you this theory tell us the country of origin. A fact is real. Simply exporting car isn't enough. We have to export story. But by pivoting to design in the UK, we mitigate the bias against budget brand. We have the heritage, we have the technology in the Inglo platform, and with the Made Studio, we have the identity. And the UK market is ready, and it is a time to electrify the empire. Thank you. I'm now open to your questions. If anyone had, please let. At the end of the presentation, we are going to present you how I just done my academic and industry evidence of how did I done market analysis, foundation, strategic framework, applied reflective practice methodologies, industry intelligence, policy, regulatory. All the data that I provided, I was form in the term written, documented form in the form of print. And even I just created Mahindra and Mahindra roadmap to how we're gonna launch it, and even I created a confidential strategic report. On the other hand, I just did all the stuff in a proper reflective manner. Here I'm gonna end this presentation. Most important thing that I forget to discuss, that I already showed my all the data to my supervisor, so they agree, just given me a little changes that she want me to do it in my presentation, that I did it. So now I just leaving it my, this is my end of my presentation. So thank you everyone. So bye.